Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Let me see something. I can't hear anything, so if everybody can hear me, I can't hear them. So give me 1 second. Shalom to the family. By the way, may the Most High bless everyone. You're in the show. Everybody can see you, but I cannot hear anything. Give me 1 second, bro. I'm gonna back out and then restart my phone and come back in. All right.
Testing 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me now? 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 Testing 1 2 1 2. I should be heard now. Okay, back. All right. Okay, all praise go to the Most High. MASHAYACH had some sound difficulties. All right. So I just addressed it. All praise go to the Most High. MASHAYACH. So once again, I'm doing this live because I posted up some controversial topics concerning do angels have sperm. I'll screen share for my YouTube audience. those that do not frequent Facebook, and I don't really recommend you frequent Facebook. So many doctors, same as YouTube. But I got, where does it state in the Holy Bible that angels have sperm? Genesis 6, sons of God, celestial beings came down and smashed the daughters of men, terrestrial beings. Oh, have over 570 comments, 40 likes, 2 shares. So a couple of people, a lot of people was going back and forth. And prior to that, after that, I had, so if angels, celestial beings, can impregnate earthly women, terrestrial beings, no Bible verse concerning angels having sperm, that's what I wrote, then the virgin birth teaching is questionable now. So did Mary carry a celestial sperm, being the Holy Spirit? Leave comments. Today I wrote down, if you can prove that Christ is a Judite based off Mary lineage, scripture only, please, I will cash app. We've got the hashtag. $50, let's go. Hawk smash, Shem smash. Right? So I ain't debating a while, but you know, I mean, on the Facebook thing, going back and forth. But it was a little fun. I enjoyed it because I used to go in. What's going on, Akaz? Where you at? Where you at these days, man? What state you riding through, man, or chilling at right now? So what I'm gonna do, you know, I know. Oh, this brother came on. Hold on one second. Now, Al-Sarel, this is brother Al-Sarel who's on the post, going back and forth with me.
That's right. That's right. Shalom, family. Shalom.
Now, I was supposed to do this live for Dolo, but this brother is so starving.
You've been dodging me, bro. You've been dodging me.
One
West. We confess. We. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Your remix. We hate Genesis 6, fallen angels. So come on, let's go. Let's talk about this. So you hit me with your questions, and I got a few questions for you to answer. All right. So everybody, if you've shown your post, by the way, shalom, everybody. May the Most High bless everyone. All praises, honor, and glory to the Most High and the Son, Yeshua HaMashiach. Hallelujah. All praises. So anyway, you made the post the other day, and a couple of other brothers have made posts regarding the validity of the Book of Enoch. And I've oftentimes noticed that people, whenever they question the Book of Enoch, it's a vast majority of people also discredit or don't believe in the account of Genesis chapter 6. So when you made that post, or I think your initial post was questioning or saying something about a celestial beings can have sperm, et cetera, et cetera. So my question is again to you about Genesis 6. Do you believe the account of Genesis 6 is referring to fallen angels? Let's ask for the audience. Do you believe that?
Not at all.
Okay, great. So, all right, so great. Using Torah and Tanakh only, please prove to me or tell me who the sons of God are in Genesis chapter 6. Who are the sons of God in Genesis chapter 6?
Okay. Now, this guy here coming on my live is trying to host this guy.
No, I'm just asking. I'm asking you because again, you're saying you were trying to establish that the celestial beings. In fact, we can even just start at Genesis chapter 3. All right, Genesis 3 says, "I will put enmity," he said, "unto the serpent. I shall put enmity between thy seed and the seed of the woman." You look at the Hebrew word for that word seed there in Genesis, and it clearly says sperm, prodigy, etc.
Okay.
So
this is how we're going to do it.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Because I put the post up.
Yep.
I asked the question.
All right, bro.
So my question was, and I'm gonna read it again. But this is exactly. I put the post up and I asked the question.
All right, let's go.
Okay, this is the question. I said, let's go back here, go down here. I said this. I proposed a question to Facebook. I said, where does it state in the Holy Bible that angels have
Okay, great.
Sons of God I threw it up in this celestial beings came down and smashed the daughters of men, terrestrial beings.
Okay, right? Great. So let's go to Genesis chapter 3. Let's go to Genesis chapter 3.
All right. So now the brother, what I'm going to do, I'm going to allow you to prove to me that angels have sperm.
Okay, great. Let's go to Genesis chapter 3.
Using Genesis 3:15. So I want you to give me your scriptures, because I got my scriptures here to break down a whole thing that you're trying to bring out. So either you want me to bring mine out. No, I want you to prove it, and then I'm going to bring my scriptures.
Okay, great. So
right, I'm not going to
first of
interrupt
all,
you. I'm not going to interrupt you.
Hallelujah, all praises. So would you agree that in the account of Genesis chapter 3, that the serpent is basically Satan?
Yep, I will agree
that
that's Satan. The word Satan is here. Let's get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna have it in the blue letter so we can follow it.
Hallelujah. Okay, great. Let's do that. And he's an angel. Wouldn't you agree?
The spiritual entity Satan. The spiritual entity Satan is an angelic being. It's a celestial being.
All right. And so we see that he says even it was Ezekiel, he was the anointed cherub, et cetera, who walked between the flames and all that stuff. We know that that's referring to Satan, right?
We can read it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I want you to go through your whatever breakdown you have to prove your position. And then I'm going to go through mine and prove my position. Then the people can decide which one sounds correct.
All praises. So let's do the Genesis chapter 3.
Okay, good.
All right. So we're in Genesis chapter 3. That's verses, well, just for the sake of the argument, we'll just start we'll say 3:13. It says, the Most High said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. The Most High said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and the dust thou shalt eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. All right, so if we go to the Blue Letter Bible.
Okay.
Go to the Blue Letter Bible.
Right,
go ahead, bro.
No, go.
All right, so if you go to the Blue Letter Bible, and it's 3, can you screen share that so that they can see in the blue?
We don't do ourselves time, so you know what I'm saying.
I understand. All right.
So we'll give you like 10 minutes each to pull up a point right quick, and then
I got you. I understand.
107. You got the. I'll give you the one. I'll give you the 115. Okay. I'll give you the 120. Yeah.
All right. So the Hebrew word for seed in that particular situation.
Which verse is 15?
We're 3:15. All right, 3:15. The Hebrew word it's H2233. The Hebrew word is H2233. It says seed, sowing, offspring. B, seed, semen, excuse me. Offspring, descendants, prosperity, children. All right. So your initial question when you posed this question is you said, please show me in Genesis 6 that angels have sperm. Genesis 3 says Satan has seed. You said screen share your pic. Hold on. Let me make sure because I don't want to misquote you. People think that I'm doing wordplay or whatever. But in essence, hold on for a second. Let me see as thou, my hobo Hebrew.
In the Holy Bible, that's what I said.
Angels have sperm. Okay, great. So we just see here that one of the things is semen. Is semen sperm? Semen is sperm, right?
Yep, semen is sperm.
Okay, great. So in Genesis 3, it says that he will put enmity between thy seed, being descendants for someone to have descendants. One of the ways to have descendants is by way of inception. You inseminate a woman by way of sperm. Wouldn't you agree?
Yep.
Okay, so your question initially was, how can somebody show me how in Genesis 6 angels have sperm? All right. We see here that Satan clearly has sperm and descendants. And so that you should be able to easily surmise that if Satan being an angel has sperm, right, that he that the fallen angels have sperm as well. So the thing is that a lot of people seem to be under this notion that angels, since angels are angels, that in some way they can't manifest themselves here on earth. If we even look at the account of Abraham, when the angels came to him, he said, hey, make ready meal and flour or whatever and kill something or whatever so that they can eat. So the angels sat and ate with Abraham. All right. So angels can eat. Right. So if that means that they can eat, once you eat something, that means you also have to expel it from your body. Right. So if angels can eat human food, then it also shows that then there's some way that they perhaps have to expel this out of their body. Right. We see in the book of Hebrews, it says, always show hospitality because many have entertained angels unaware. All right. The book at the time of Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. They were going to destroy the city. The angels came to them and said, hey, we're going to destroy this city. Right. The men of the city wanted to have sex with the angels. The men didn't know that those were angels, but he's like, listen, don't do so wickedly. All right. So right there, we were able to see on a number of occasions, even when it comes down to Samson and their parents, they didn't know that was an angel. Right. They tried to make a meal for the angel, except for the fact that the angel said, no, I'm not going to eat your meal. Right. But he flew in the midst of the fire. They said, whoa, that was an angel. And he gave good tidings because he could have killed us. So it must have been a good message that he was giving. So these are examples of messengers interacting with human beings. All right. And in certain instances, even when it pertaining to Sodom and Gomorrah, it went back and forth calling these angels and men. The men stretched out their hand and smote the people. The angels did this, and this is all in the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. So when we fast forward to Genesis chapter 6, when it says, and it happened that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, they found they were beautiful, etc. They took them as wives, etc., etc. And they came into them and bare children. And they were giants in the earth in those days and afterwards when the sons of God, blah, 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 that the sons of God, the angels, came down to earth and took these women. The women perhaps didn't even know these were angels. They didn't know because, again, Hebrews says many have entertained angels unaware. Now, my question and what I posted on your post yesterday is, at least at this point, we've established that, and we agree that Satan is an angel. This scripture in Genesis chapter 3 says he has seed. Now we have to try to figure out who the sons of God are that perhaps are being mentioned in Genesis chapter 6, right? So first, let's go to Job chapter 1, right? We have 3 instances of the sons of God in the book of Job, all right? Job chapter 1, starting at verse 6. Now there was the day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Most High, and Satan came also among them. All right. So, as it is above, so it is below. The kingdom of heaven, the things, situations that happen here on earth, the commandments that the Most High has given unto the children of Israel are also given to the celestial beings. The order that the Most High is going to bring here on the earth is still the order that's going on in the heavens. 3 times a year must all males present themselves before the Lord. This is one of the 3 times that the angels had to present themselves before the Most High. All right. This is one of the 3 times. So the sons of God had to come before the Most High, and Satan came there also because he, as an angelic being, even though he's rebelled, until the Most High destroys him and puts him in chains, Satan still has to keep an ordinance of, he's still operating in obedience to certain things the Most High allows. That's why he couldn't do anything other than the Most High allowing him to. In Genesis, he said, hey, except for you can't kill him, etc. So we know this whole thing. So Genesis, right here, in Job, we see that this is one of the 2 times, correct? Let's go to Genesis chapter 2. Genesis chapter 2, and it says, again, there was a day when the sons of God presented themselves before the Lord, and Satan, Genesis, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, Job chapter 2, please forgive me. Job chapter 2, verse 1. And again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. This is 2 times that we see the sons of God presenting themselves before the Lord. Now, I have to admit and stipulate that I don't have the 3rd time that we have the angels presenting themselves before the Lord, all right? But we know the law says that Israel, 3 times a year, must you, all males, present themselves before the Lord, all right? We know those ordinances, and we know that the things that are in, that are here on the earth, you know, that's why even in Christ said, you know, the kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, all right? So that's the ordinance, that's the expectation and the standard. That's what's happening in the heavens. That's what's expected on the earth. Let's go to Job chapter 38.
Job 38.
All right.
All right,
And
Job.
I want to go to, give me 1 second, brethren. That's going to be, please forgive me. Damn, where's it?
It's different when you're in the live world. Cats be on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, bro. But hold on for a second. I know it. It's so, okay. Okay, here it is. Here we go, bro. Here we go, brother. Job 38:4. You know I got it. All right, Job 38:4. Where was thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare it if thou hast understanding. Who hath measured thereof, if thou knowest, or who hath stretched a line upon it? Whereupon the foundations thereof were fashioned, or who laid the cornerstone of it? When the morning stars sang, and all the sons of God shouted for joy. So the sons of God were there before the foundations of the earth were created. So who are these sons of God here? Because most people who don't believe in the account of Genesis 6 will say that the sons of God are the descendants of Seth, and they'll run to Luke.
You just read, my bad, I zoned out. What you just edified, which verse?
That's so that so we can, it's going to go from 34 through Job 38 verse 4 through 7. Where was thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare if thou hast an understanding. This verse 7 says, when the morning stars sang together and all the sons of God shouted for joy. Okay. All right. So these sons of God were there when the foundation of the earth was laid. People who, all right, and the foundations of the earth were laid before Adam. Okay, so if the foundations were created, the earth was created before Adam, then these sons of God were there before Adam. So you can't use the argument that these are the descendants of Seth. And people who try to use that argument that the sons of God are the descendants of Seth don't even understand that what you're still saying is that Satan had sex with Eve. If you're going to use that argument, that's what, because they will say that it's this Cain's line or something like that, right? At the end of the day, you're still believing that a celestial being had sex, and the celestial being had sex with Eve. If you use that argument, you have to play it all the way through. That's what you're saying. That's actually one of the teachings, in essence, that Daniel Solomon teaches of the Hebrew Israelite. You call him Daniel Polyman. I still respect the man, and I think he's a good teacher, but I don't necessarily agree with that teaching that he says, because he says that is, I can't remember the exact term, but it's like when two men smash a woman and the woman gets pregnant and there are 2 different children within her as twins, but they have 2 different fathers. That is the teaching or belief that Daniel Solomon believes in, and that's what some people who apparently have this doctrine or belief don't realize, that if they're saying that the sons of God are the descendants of Seth, that is their argument that they're confessing, but they may not even realize it, right? So how I continue my argument on my thesis, and I'm almost done, right, is the question that I ask anyone who doesn't believe that the sons of God are angels in Genesis chapter 6, then you have to answer the following. We have to go to Jude, book of Jude, all right, because there is something that happened that has angels locked in chains underneath the earth. We'll start Jude chapter 1, verse 6. It says, "And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh." This is giving a parallel. Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed for fornication and strange flesh. What was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah? The strange flesh. The strange flesh was the men wanted to have sex with the angels. The men once said, hey, bring those men over to us. They were going after strange flesh and fornication. Well, this is saying that the angels left their habitation and they're in chains underneath the earth for fornication and going after strange flesh. So anyone who doesn't believe in the account of Genesis 6, and if you're a New Testament believer, you have to account for this verse. What was the event that happened that has angels bound in chains underneath the earth for judgment day for going after strange flesh? All right. And says, and going after strange flesh are set forth for an example of suffering and vengeance of eternal fire. Now let's go to 2 Peter.
I'll let you finish because
the 2 Peter, last verse.
Because I'm gonna rebuttal some of your joint. I'm gonna go over mine. Okay.
Okay, great. All right.
What?
2 Peter, chapter 4. Let me see. 2 Peter, chapter 2, verse 4.
Right.
For if the Most High Spirit, not the angels that sin.
Hold on.
What?
Now you can keep going. I'm just gonna share the screen.
All right. So if God's Spirit, not the angels that sin, but cast them down into hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment. That's the same thing that is saying in Jude. And spared not the old world, but saved Noah and 8 persons, a preacher of righteousness, bringing the flood upon the world of the ungodly. Well, wait, why is it talking about Noah? Because Genesis 6 is talking about the sons of God saw the daughters of men, etc. And the Most High said, hey, Noah, I'm going to destroy the earth. So why is it talking about these angels and Noah in the same breath, in the same thing? Oh, wait, let's continue. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes and condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. What happened in Sodom and Gomorrah? The men of Sodom saw the fall, the angels that actually came, the messengers that came and told them, hey, this place is wicked, right? This place is wicked. We're going to destroy it. It was so wicked that the men wanted to have sex with the angels instead of 2 virgins. I mean, this is how serious and wicked these men were. So the strange flesh that was being talked about in Jude is the men in Sodom and Gomorrah, and also the fallen angels in Genesis 6. And again, this is using the 2 parallels of when the Most High destroyed the earth. Most High destroyed the earth he destroyed the earth with the flood, but he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah with fire and brimstone. In each situations in Genesis 6, we have sons of God. In Sodom and Gomorrah, we have the angels or the messengers that the men wanted to have sex with. So that's in essence what I have asked anyone that questions the book of Enoch or Genesis 6. And now the thing is that I believe in the book of Enoch, Jubilees, and Jasher. All of those books confirm the account of Genesis chapter 6. But since most people don't believe those books, then I have to establish my doctrine using strictly the books. Now, also, one more thing too. I got 2 more things I got to show. The angels in the book of Job 38 says, and when the sons of God sang and all the stars sang, all right, the Bible says that stars are not only, angels are stars and stars are angels. They can shapeshift. You've heard of shapeshifting before, right? Angels can shapeshift. Angels are stars because Job 38 says, when the sons of God sang and the morning stars shouted for joy. There's a scripture in Baruch that says the stars sing and shout. All right. We go to Revelation chapter 1. Revelation chapter 1. shows that stars are angels. We'll go to Revelation chapter 1. Let's say verse 20. The mystery of the 7 stars, which thou sawest in my right hand, and the 7 golden candlesticks. The 7 stars are the angels of the 7 churches, and the 7 candlesticks. Go ahead, bro.
All right, 120. Okay, got you. Go ahead.
The mystery of the 7 stars, which thou hast sought at my right hand, and the 7 golden candlesticks. The 7 stars are the angels of the 7 churches. The 7 angels or stars? The 7 stars are the angels of the 7 churches, and the 7 candlesticks which thou sawest are the 7 churches. Revelation chapter 9, verse 1. And the 5th angel saw, and the 5th angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him the star, was given the key to the bottomless pit. And he, the star, the angel, opened the bottomless pit, and there arose smoke out of the pit as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by the reason of the smoke of the pit. All right, so those are my arguments. All right, stars are angels, angels are stars, stars. You know, a lot of people say that stars are a ball of gas. That's what NASA has convinced mankind. NASA has never gone to a star, right? So how do we know what they are? We have to go strictly what the scriptures say. All right, so that's the long and short of it, bro. I appreciate you listening. I'm all ears from this point. Shalom.
All right, all praise and glory. It's good, Judah. What's going on, Judah? I was about to do a class and not really jump on.
Judah, is that my Hamite brother and Judah Moshe?
Yeah, that's Judah. I'm about to do a
Oh,
class.
he go Hulk smash you too. He's ready for thou. I'm sure you want to get up too.
Judah definitely a good debater. I give him that.
Hallelujah. That brother is a wonderful. Listen,
You know what I'm saying? But
honor and humility, STL. The STL brews got some sharp swords.
You can't win every topic, brother. Okay? So you can't win every topic. You can be sharp. And you ain't, everybody ain't the sharpest tool in the drawer.
Listen, the little short legs out of STL can crush most One West people. Ooh, I said it and I mean it.
I know.
Let's go.
You can't go under that vibration, so I'm not even going to dispute you on that because
all right, certain things go without question, right?
I'm saying, so why would I debate that? That's up to your interpretation. But
let's go.
I'm gonna have to ask you some questions based on
let's go.
Right?
Let's go.
Okay, so is the word Satan? What does the word Satan mean? I mean, is there a spiritual Satan? Is there a physical Satan? Because the topic is, do angels have sperm? Right?
Yes.
I want to hear if angels have sperm.
Right?
Nobody gave me an answer for a minute on the post. Okay, then I don't know, somebody, you came up there and said, well, how about Satan? Because you use Genesis 3:16, right? So let's go to Genesis 3:16. I'm gonna go back there because I want to question some of the stuff you bring out, and then I'm gonna go into my information. Right?
All right, good. Okay.
So you went to Genesis 3:16, 3:15, 13, 15 right here. I'm gonna go here, share the screen. Okay. So you had probably like 25 minutes, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna let you go until you finish, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it.
So
listen, I just saw the thing and I thought it was funny. I said, listen, I was about to go to the store with my mom's and I said, oh wait, hold on, I gotta at least, this is my opportunity to get you face to face. Since you were dodging me yesterday, I figured let me just steal the show for a second and at least get my voice out here.
All right, cool. So I put a post up there yesterday, right? And nobody answered my question for real. You came up there and you said, what about Genesis 3:15, correct?
Yes, sir.
But you asked me about Satan, right?
Yes.
And you said, is Satan an angel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yes, Satan is an angel. You have a spiritual entity, celestial being that's considered Satan or called Satan or the adversary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you had Satan that came in tempted YAHAWASHI. I'm gonna go get that. Right. So now my question to you, if you're trying to go into Genesis 3:15 to establish a point, where does it say Satan in Genesis 3:15? Because when I read Genesis 3:15, 13 on down, Yahweh, when you read up from the beginning, 3, right? It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Most High made. And he said unto the woman, yeah, the Most High said, ye should not eat of every tree of the garden. Well, it says the serpent, it doesn't say Satan there. So when you read 3:15, you said, and I will put enmity between thee, which is talk about 14. And Yahweh said, Most High said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. This is where the virgin birth is trying to use this to justify Mary. Okay? It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So my question is, because this all relates to the virgin birth, right?
Not necessarily, but go ahead.
Because y'all use this. Y'all use Genesis 15. Okay?
All right, go ahead.
So that's why I made the point, you know what I'm saying, to see what people are going to say. You know what I mean? So what I'm asking now is, where do you get Satan here from? And that's one question. Where do you get, I don't see Satan, I see serpent, right? So if you can find me a scripture to show that serpent there is Satan, that's fine. The spiritual entity Satan. I'm just, for edification and study. 2, I need you to show me, if you're saying that the serpent, if you're trying to say the serpent is Satan, which I need you to show me that, then he have his seed, right? So that means you're trying to say this serpent in the garden or Satan have sperm, a celestial being. If you're saying this is a celestial being, you're saying the celestial being have the carnal, corruptible sperm in his loins, right? That, relating to Genesis 6, the angels came down from heaven with their spiritual rods, okay, with carnal, earthly, fleshly blood semen in their loins, and came down and got some earthly female kwaba. Okay, so, and you try to use Genesis 3:15 and say that, suggest that Satan is an angel, so that seed is his seed. So my question is, can you show me who Satan's wife is? And can you show me who Satan's son is pre-flood? Because this is what we're talking about, Genesis 3, Genesis 6. Okay, these angels came down. You said Satan had seed. You're using this for Satan's seed. The spiritual entity, that's Satan. So where in the Bible does it show Satan had a wife? What was her name? And what was the child's name? Who was the child's name that they had these seeds that's going to be fighting with our mother Eve and her generations, her children, her offspring?
Okay.
We can, I got you. So I'm just asking you, brother, because I can go and show the lineage of Eve. Okay, or Noah.
Yes.
Can you show me the lineage of Satan, brother, and show me those questions I asked you? Can you please explain that serpent there is a spiritual entity, Satan, on the earth, and that's his seed, and who is his wife and who's his son?
Okay, so that's a real stretch of a question, because your initial post said nothing about those things that you just mentioned. But I'm going to take a shot at what you're just saying, all right? So the fact is the following. We know the scriptures, even in 2 Thessalonians, say that there is Antichrist to come, right? So brother,
Judah, don't post no scriptures in here, brother.
I don't see. Let me just tell you something. If Judah's posting anything, I don't see anything.
Don't help nobody up here, because
I don't see anything. I don't see anything. So if Judah's posted anything, I'm not kidding you. I don't see anything. All right. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Ezekiel chapter 28. All right.
Okay.
Because all right. So Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 28.
Ezekiel chapter 28 is
Verse
going
12.
to prove Genesis 3.
Okay. So listen, bro, at the beginning, before I even started my thesis, I asked you, I said, can we agree that the serpent being talked about in Genesis chapter 3 is Satan? You said yes. Let's stipulate and agree on that. That's what you said, and anyone can play this video back, and they're going to see that you agreed upon that. All right. So that's when all right. So based upon,
as you continue to go on, right? Since I did agree, right? I don't know. If you say I agreed, I probably did agree. Okay. So now, as we going on and I'm looking in the text, okay, we need to prove. If I agree to that and you agree that, can we prove to the people that that serpent in the garden is that spiritual entity Satan?
Let's do that right now. Let's go.
Because since you said I agree with you, we're saying that Satan, that serpent is Satan, which we need to show that without a shadow of a doubt, and show his descendants, Satan's children in Genesis 3, to justify.
Okay, so the thing is that the reason why, if you again, anyone can look at my initial statements when I was presenting my thesis, right? Because you were saying, can anyone show me that angels have sperm? All right, that was the first yardstick or barometer or whatever, right? So that's what I said. Let's go to Genesis chapter 3. I asked you before I even said anything. I said, are you in agreement that the serpent being talked about in Genesis chapter 3 is Satan? You said yes. I said, okay, great. So if we can agree that if it says that Satan is the serpent, and I said we went through Genesis chapter 3 and we saw that Satan has seed and Satan is an angel, then we can also surmise that the other angels are no different than Satan. And then if we can just hear me out, bro. If that's why I was trying to say, because what I was trying to show through my thesis is that, again, when I responded to your post, I said, people who don't believe, I find that a lot of times people have a tough time accepting or acknowledging Genesis chapter 6. So that's why even hear me out. After I said that, I said, well, let's then talk about who the sons of God are, because at this point you're asking me more questions, but you still not to answer to me who those sons of God are in Genesis chapter 6. Who those sons? Okay. So go ahead, bro.
I let you rock out for a minute, and I'm retracting that statement now. I do not agree with you that.
How convenient.
Hold up. I'm telling you right now, right on live. I do not agree with you, brother. Okay. Genesis
because 3, it smashes your doctrine.
Hold up. I'm not changing nothing. Okay, because I don't teach that angels have sperm. So I would never agree that Satan have sperm. Okay, and it doesn't say Satan there. It says the serpent. So I'm asking you to prove now, and I'm saying it right now live, okay, that you have to show me that that's Satan.
Okay, great. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 28. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 28.
I'm going to make my point again, so I want to be clear. Okay? All right? I'm going to retract that statement for the comments. I'm retracting that statement.
So now you're changing the whole thing.
To you is right now, okay? You have to show me that the serpent in the garden is the spiritual entity Satan.
Let's go.
He is going to have children here on the earth that's going to be opposition or an adversary, because I was saying adversary, against Eve's children. So
that's very easy.
So we can see Eve's children clearly.
Yes. Let's go.
So now I need you to show me Satan's children. You need to show me who is Satan's wife and who is his.
I don't need to show you that, because I don't need to show you who Satan's wife is because if I can first establish that the fallen angels have come into earth and impregnated women, that doesn't mean we don't have the lineage of the wives that the fallen angels took. We don't have that. Hear me out, bro. Hear me out, bro. Hear me out, because you're the one, bro. You are the one who's changing things. All right, because initially, bro, hear me out for just a second, bro.
I'm not change anything.
You did. You just got finished recounting and retracting what you.
My premise and my stance is angels don't have sperm.
That's your premise and your stance. I understand that, but
so now I'm saying to you is I'm not agreeing with the question that you asked me. So now I'm telling you, and I'm man enough to do that, You see what I'm saying? So I'm asking you to prove.
Okay, great. So let me do that right now, bro. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 28.
Ezekiel chapter 28. Let's go.
Bro, let's go there.
Ezekiel 28
All right.
chapter, brother.
All right, let's go.
That man gonna go
Ezekiel 28.
Ezekiel 28
Bro,
chapter.
let's go, bro. Because again, you're the one who's changing everything. And so let's go. Ezekiel 28. Silence.
Cannot prove it, brother. Let's go.
Let's go.
Ezekiel 28. Bring it on.
All right. Son of man, take up a lamentation.
Ezekiel 28 what?
28:12.
Ezekiel 28 and 12. Okay, Ezekiel 28 and 12. Judah the shooter. Ezekiel 28 and 12. Let's go.
Yep. Son of man, take up a lamentation unto the king of Tyre, and say unto them, thus saith the Most High, thou sealest up the sum, full of wisdom, perfect in beauty. Thou hast been in the garden of Yah. What garden? That's the Garden of Eden. Every precious stone was thy covering. The sardius, the topaz, the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, the jasper, the sapphire, the emerald, the carbuncle, the gold, the workmanships of the tabrets, and thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou wast created. Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have set thee so. Thou wast upon the holy mountain of Yah. Thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stone of fire. Thou wast perfect in thy ways from the day thou wast created, till iniquity was found in thee. Who is this? Who is this? This is Satan. So there were only three people in the garden. There was Adam, here, bro. There was Adam, Eve, and the serpent. There was Satan in the garden. There was Adam, Eve, and Satan in the garden. Who else was in the garden? Who else was in the garden? All right, this is Satan.
Okay.
All right, listen.
No, I will not agree.
I will destroy thee. I will destroy thee, O covering cherub. Thine heart was lifted up because of thy beauty. Thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by reason of thy brightness. I will cast thee to the ground. Oh, Satan, how thy fallen. All right, this is Satan. I will lay thee before kings. You see that in Isaiah 14. That they may behold thee. That's Isaiah 14. What are you talking about? This is Satan. Thou hast defiled thy sanctuaries by the multitude of thine iniquities, by the iniquity of thy traffic. Therefore I will bring forth a fire from the midst of thee, it shall devour thee, and I will bring thee to ashes upon the earth in the sight of them to behold thee. That's Isaiah 14. What are you talking about?
Right now, 2018, 18, right?
We are now at verse 18. Yes.
19, yeah.
All right. All that know thee among the people shall be astonished at thee, and thou shalt be a terror, and never shalt thou be any more. All right, that's it.
Okay, so you're telling me when it speaks in context and subject matter, it says 11, moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, Ezekiel, saying, Son of man, take up a lamentation upon the king of Tyrus.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Satan, the king of Tyrus.
You do know that all nations have their own gods, right? Would you agree upon that? That even when we see in the book of Daniel, when Daniel was praying, when Daniel was praying, the angels stopped the prayers. All right. So this is that king. That's one. Okay, so listen, bro.
This is what king? It says the king of Tyrus.
Bro, okay. So wait, the king of Tyrus was the anointed cherub in the garden? So are you going to say, show me the king of Tyrus being in the garden.
All right. Cyrus was
a cherub.
King Cyrus was anointed.
Was he a cherub?
A cherub is like a messenger, right? It's another name for angel, a messenger, right? You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, it says king of Tyrus. It mentions down in the first, under that,
You're all
when
over
you point out all that in the garden and all that stuff like that, brother, it comes down at the end and says, And they that know thee among the people shall be astonished at thee. Thou shalt be a terror, and never shalt thou be anymore. That's Satan too, right? So he's known among the people, right?
Continue.
And they shall be astonished at thee. Satan is just walking around knowing niggas now? Satan is knowing niggas around here?
Continue.
What do you mean? That's the end of that because we go a different topic. You know what I'm saying? The subject matter is the king of Tyrus. And then too, that has nothing to do with Genesis 3 to proving Satan has children.
Bro, listen. Listen.
Genesis 3:15.
Let me ask you this.
Nothing to do with Genesis 3:15 to establish the point that the serpent in the garden is Satan, and that Satan, that you're saying, which is the serpent, but you're trying to say is Satan, that he has seed, and his seed and Eve's seed is going to be at war with each other. That's how you have not established that point, brother, at all.
Are you kidding? Let's go to
at all.
Why are you raising your voice? Why are you raising your voice?
You know how? Listen, I'm respectful, bro.
Okay. Calm down. Calm down.
Don't try to take my flame, bro. Don't try to take my flame,
you know, I love you, bro. Now listen, bro.
Flame, okay? That has not, regardless, even if you say, even if I will agree with you and say Ezekiel 28 is the spiritual entity Satan, how does that prove or answer my question? I said, show me in the Bible where Satan have children, brother, in the flesh. Because he's talking about Adam, that was in the flesh, Eve, that was in the flesh, and he's talking about the spiritual entity Satan that he's gonna make crawl on his belly?
Give me a second, bro.
You're talking about the spiritual entity Satan, a celestial being, gonna be a fleshly creature crawl on his belly and gonna have children that's gonna war against Eve children. So we having serpents or lizards or whatever the case is, or snails or whatever the case is, fighting against the children of Israel. How is that possible, brother? So you have to establish the bro.
Bro, wait, you know, it's funny that you keep on changing the yardstick, because the funny thing is that you, at the beginning of my thesis, you and I agreed. I asked you, and everybody can have the opportunity when they play this back. I asked you, say, bro, would you agree with me? Said, are you and I in agreement? Hear me out, bro. Excuse me for talking while you're interrupting. Excuse me for talking while you're interrupting. That you said that the serpent that was in Genesis chapter 3 was Satan. We agreed upon that.
When I said that,
bro, again,
I just retracted the question. I just retracted
again. So okay, I know that. So here's the thing. So listen, bro. You okay? Great. So listen, stop it. Let's keep things cordial, all right? Because again, you got audience. You got audiences. So listen, bro, because you're the one who first wanted me to establish that Satan had seed. All right. At the beginning of my thesis statement, I asked you, are we in agreement that the serpent that is being talked about in Genesis chapter 3 is Satan?
No.
You said, bro, will you stop interrupting me and let me finish? Although you are now recounting or retracting your statement because I'm Hulk smashing you, everybody's able to see that initially you agreed that Genesis chapter 3 was Satan. That's what you originally agreed to. Now that I've completely boxed, hear me out, bro. Yes, you did, and everybody's gonna have the opportunity, bro. Would you let me finish, bro? Let me finish.
You gonna finish? What are you finishing?
I'm trying to finish, but you keep on interrupting.
45 minutes interrupted, brother.
Okay, then great. You say what you got to say. Then go ahead. What do you have to say now?
Brother, you keep going backwards.
What do you? Go ahead, bro. What are you saying now?
Stop. There's no need to go backwards, brother.
I'm listening. What are you saying now? What are you saying?
Because we having an intellectual conversation, brother. You see what I'm saying? And
one of us is.
And because when I play the video back, I play my own shit and spin it back. Okay. I have no problem with doing that because when I let you go, I said, hold up, I'm not even gonna let you get away with that, because if I allow you to have that premise, you're gonna think you're going somewhere. You ain't going nowhere, and you ain't went nowhere at all. Okay, even though in your mind you think you went somewhere. I understand. Everybody think they go somewhere when they're in the script. but you didn't go anywhere.
Okay, great. So establish your thesis now.
The whole premise of my question was, do angels have sperm? You try to use and say Satan is an angel, and then you try to use Genesis 3 to back up your statement and saying the serpent of God is Satan and he has sperm. So now what I'm going to do, because you didn't answer my question, you can't answer the question. I know you can't answer the question. You went to Ezekiel 28 chapter. That was done. So now,
go ahead.
This is what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to go through a couple things according to Genesis 3, since you mentioned it. Okay, right? And this is, and I'm not even going into the scriptures that talk about angels not marrying.
Hold on for a second. Hey, bro, let me kind of ask. You know what? Here's one more thing. I want
smash on those scripts right now.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna hold that because I'm gonna give you some scriptures, right? To edify Genesis 3:15 for thou.
All right, great.
Okay, and this is coming from One West alphabet. Well, you wanna disrespect One West, we the best. Want the truth to the west, highways and byways.
Will you stop singing? Listen. We're in it. This.
I know you hate to see it. Okay.
Let's go.
So now, this is 3:15. We read that, right? YAHAWAH will put enmity, which means deep-seated, often mutual hatred between thy seed. I'll put in a caption. Satan, devil, Esau. Right? The word Satan means adversary. The word devil means deceiver. Right? Esau means red. I just want to establish this point right here for the listeners. Okay? Yeah, I know the children love it though. As long as the children love it, Judy, is all good. Because remember, YAHAWASHI called Peter, right? What do you call Peter? Satan.
Okay, great.
So is Peter the spiritual entity Satan?
Of
So
course
every
not,
time
bro,
you read
continue.
the Bible now, you're gonna make.
No, bro. Listen, let's not do straw man arguments.
You can't interrupt me.
Continue.
I'm gonna have to mute this down. Mute this down, brother.
Continue.
I'll mute now. Okay. So now, so it says here, and her seed, which is who came through Eve after Abel was killed, it was Seth. Okay. Judah, don't be trying to send him those scriptures to help us vows him. All right? Because it still ain't going to help him. Okay?
We're going to just have Judah get up. Judah's going to Hulk smash you too.
No. You jumped on this line. I was going to do my cut. Don't try to get no ringers in here to help us vow.
No, I don't need any help. Everybody see it already. Okay, so continue.
Okay, so let me finish, brother. Okay, so now I'm going to go here and read it for the people again, right? We're going to see which one makes sense for the people. That's just what it is, brother. Genesis 3:15, right? Where you started from 13. I ain't got to read all that, but we only do straight through 15, right? And it says, I will put enmity, which is deep-seated hatred between thee and the woman, right? So you're saying this is the spiritual entity, Satan himself, and the woman, which is Eve, and between thy seed, Satan's seed, which you're trying to use to say that's an angel, and he has seed, sperm, human seed, that we read in the definition, and her seed, which brothers use that to justify Mary, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shall bruise his heel. There's two things here. It's talking about Satan, it's talking about the serpent here, the woman, which is Eve, right? It's saying two seed lines, Satan, the serpent seed line here, to you establish Satan, Eve's seed line here, right? And it shall bruise thy head, right? So one of the seed line shall bruise thy head, right? And thou shall bruise his heel. So he's talking to Satan. So Satan shall bruise, right there, and talking about thou shall bruise his heel, talking about the woman, because she came last, and it shall bruise thy head, right? So we're going to see where we can find a parallel of it shall bruise thy head, right? Bruise thy head, and thou shall bruise his heel. So I want to see if I can find anything that closely relate to this conversation right here, okay? If everybody with me, right? Let's see. I'm gonna go to the book of Hosea, right? Hosea, the 12th chapter. Let me share the screen. Let me share the screen. The world. I wasn't showing this. Man, I wasn't sharing it. My bad, y'all. Okay, my bad. My bad. I wasn't sharing it. What I wanted y'all to see is these two things here. I will put enmity between thee, which is the serpent. Right here is the woman Eve, between thy seed, which is the serpent seed, and her seed, which is Eve, and it should bruise thy head, right? It should bruise thy head, and thou shall bruise his heel. So we're going to see which one is bruising the head, right? Which is Satan, right? Because the head, you may be, but somebody going to be kicking somebody, and thou shall bruise his heel. Somebody going to be bruising some heels here, okay? So now we're going to go to Hosea. We're going to go to Hosea and see if we can get this information here, right? Hosea 12, and I'm going to read verse 2. And YAHAWAH had also a controversy with Judah and will punish Jacob, which is the 12 tribes, according to his ways. According to his doings will he recompense him. He took his brother by the heel Jacob took his brother's heel in the womb, and by his strength he had power with the Most High, right? So if somebody is grabbing you by the heel, then you're trying to pull somebody down, right? You're trying to pull somebody down, okay? Right? So let's see if we find where's this reference here, right? You see what I'm saying? Because this is not but Genesis, when Jacob's name was changed to Israel, for he was shall have power with the Most High. Genesis was that 32, 38, something like that, or 30 or 32. Yeah, he had power over the angel and prevailed, right? So now you know that's Jacob because he wrestled with the angel. He weapon made supplication and he found him in Bethel, and then he spoke with fire. So he was fighting the angel. His name was changed to YAHAWAH. So it's talking about a historical event that happened. He took his brother by the heel in the womb. Talking about Jacob. So now let's go to 2nd Ezra right quick. Let's go to 2nd Ezra. Let's go to 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra right quick. 2nd Ezra, we're gonna go to 6 and 8. 6 and 8. See, when I go on these scriptures, man, everything got align perfectly together to the best of my ability and make
the best of your ability.
It have to be, of course, because I'm a servant. You see what I'm saying? I'm not YAHAWAH. I'm not MASHAYACH YAHAWASHI. I ain't say I'm the master teacher.
All right, good.
You know what
I'm still waiting for you. You know, I'm still waiting for you to tell me who the sons of God were.
You
okay.
interrupted me. I had
Go ahead, bro.
Brother, what are you talking about? Let me establish my point of who the seed is,
Let's
brother.
Let's go. We're still following.
You telling me to go? I'm about to mute you.
I'm listening to you, brother. We're going to go to 2nd Ezra. You see where I'm at? I'm 2nd Ezra.
Well, you know when you get hit, you can't do nothing but talk.
One West. Let's go. When you stop with your editorial stuff, I got something to do. Let's go. 2nd Ezra what?
2nd Ezra 6:7. Then answered I, said, what shall be the parting asunder of times? Okay. Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow? First should be last, and last should be first. Mm-hmm. And he said unto me, from Abraham on to Isaac, when Jacob and Esau. So now we get to see what's going on in Hosea. Now we're getting a little bit of insight of what's going on in Genesis 3.
Okay, great. Let's go.
My man is the ad-lib master. And he said unto me, from Abraham on to Isaac, when Jacob and Esau was born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Now, in Genesis 3, over here, it mentions head and heel. Right
okay,
here.
Great. Continue. Let's go.
Okay, brother, how you can't keep rushing?
I'm agreeing with you.
Brother, you don't have to agree. Agree in silence.
Maharawchaa.
Silence, my brother. Okay? And it says, for Esau, it says, well, let me go back to 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham to Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held, first the heel of Esau. For Esau, the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Okay, this is the conclusion of the whole matter. The whole thing is about Jacob and Esau. This whole thing,
okay, great.
Jacob and Esau from the beginning. Good versus evil. Okay, like that. Okay, so now let's get Let me. I got this in order because, matter of fact, I should have just jumped Genesis 25 because that's the that's just the what it is, right? All right. Okay, hold on. Let me go here right quick. All right, Genesis 25, brother, 25, 21.
Mom.
Okay. 25, 21. It says, and Isaac is treated the Lord. And I got my brother Amayah here. If you want to,
a little bit of wine, please.
That's fine. And Genesis 25, 21. Right. I got a brother here going to help us out over here, brother. Okay.
Hallelujah. All right. And hey, bro, with all due respect, too, I don't. Hey, bro, real quick, too. I don't have a lot more time. I probably got another 20 minutes or so. Just a little.
Okay. That's all I need. The Hawk Smashers, though. Yeah. This is 25, 21. Bring it out, brother. Let me know if y'all can hear him. Can y'all hear him?
No, I can't hear him.
Huh?
I can't hear him.
Can't hear him? Okay.
You read. Come on, bro. We don't need that. We don't need extra readers.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 21.
It's really mumbly sounding, bro.
Okay, now I don't need that right now. Genesis 25, 21. Let's speak right toward the mic. Yeah.
And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren. And the Lord is entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived.
Yeah.
And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
So there's a war going on in the womb. A war going on between these two children in the womb. Right? Yeah, struggle means a fight.
I believe it. When they say, just
Thank you, Mommy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, maybe Genesis.
I can't hear him, bro. I
Okay.
can't hear him.
Hold on. You can't hear him. Okay, fine. Okay. Because if you can hear me straightforward here, I don't see why you can't hear him straightforward here. Can you still hear me?
Because
I'm gonna read this real quick. I'm gonna read this real quick. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. 2 nations, 2 different nations, and 2 manner of people, 2 totally different people shall be separated, not integrated, separated, basically, I understand it, from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And the elder, which is the firstborn, shall serve the younger, which is the last one. And when the days be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, right? Not identical, because 2 manner of people. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau, right? And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
Hallelujah.
Now, doesn't that go perfectly with Genesis 3?
Okay, bro.
Oh, you don't supposed to be talking, brother. It's
I'm agreeing with you. Okay means agreement, right?
You throw me off when you agree.
You're not accustomed to people agreeing with you. I
I
understand.
want you to agree right now. I want you to agree once the Hawk smash is finished upon Vav. Okay?
No, you're not going to, because
Right?
I've got to rebut.
Heel here in Genesis 3:15. We have heel in Genesis 25. Right? We have heel in Hosea 3. We have heel in 2 Ezra 6 and 8. All these heels. Let me read it again. And the first came out red over like a hairy garment, 25, 35. They called his name Esau. And after that came his brother, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. Right? Why is he grabbing him by the heel? It just tell you that in Genesis 3. Okay. Right? Because the first is supposed to get the blessing physically in the physical. So he's trying to pull his ass out, pull him down, and symbolically we pulling him out of power. The white man out of power. Okay? So by you trying to suggest, and I finished 1 Chronicles 17:7, by you trying to suggest that the Genesis 3:15 is the spiritual celestial being Satan, and he had seed on the earth. That means he had a wife and children, which you can't prove, you didn't prove. Okay, that has nothing to do with that at all. Okay, nor does it have anything to do with Mary. Okay, so let's go. 1 Chronicles 17:7. Okay, you're gonna get this work, brother. You know,
how much longer are you gonna do in your presentation? Because
I gave you time, but I kept let you go. I only got a few more like you.
Okay, all right, good. Let's go.
Just bringing my joint out, brother.
All right, good.
Okay. 1 Chronicles 17.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to ask you this one thing though. I got one question for you.
Oh,
it's just a simple question, bro. Just listen to the question.
I'm not going to answer it, so I don't want to hear it right now. Write it down. Write it down. Let's write it down, brother. Write it down.
Chronicles what? Go ahead.
1 Chronicles 17:7.
All right.
Right. That's where I'm at. 1 Chronicles 17:7. That's where I'm at.
Yep. Let's go.
First Chronicles, maybe it's Second Chronicles. No, you go to my main point. Okay, First Chronicles 17:7, right? Now, therefore, thus shalt thou say unto my servant David, thus said Yahweh of hosts, I took thee from the sheepcote, even from following the sheep, that thou shouldst be ruler over my people Israel. And I've been with thee whatsoever thou hast walked, and I've cut off thy enemies before thee, and made thee a name like the name of the great men that are in the earth. Also, I will ordain a place for my people Israel, and will plant them, and they shall dwell in their places, shall be moved no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness waste them any more as at the beginning. Huh? At the beginning. So what was going on in the beginning? You see what I'm saying? We talk about Esau. We talk about Genesis 3:15. It mentioned that it was going to be a war between the serpent seed and Eve seed. Then we got Esau, Jacob and Esau. He hated his brother for the blessing. He sought to kill him, murder him, right? You see what I'm saying? Esau finally rebelled against Israel. You see what I'm saying? And from that point on, you know what I'm saying? He been trying to destroy us all the way from Haman, from the Antiochus, from the Greeks, from the Romans to America, everywhere, brother. You see what I'm saying? So the children of wickedness, would you not agree that the white man is the wicked? Right? Waste them any more as at the beginning, right? So it says, and since the time that I commanded judges to be over my people Israel, moreover, I will subdue all thy enemies. For furthermore, I will tell thee that Yahweh will build thee an house. And it shall come to pass that when thy days be expired, that thou must go to be with thy fathers, that I will raise up thy seed, I will raise up thy seed after thee, which shall be of thy son. Right? So if you're talking about somebody got seeds, if Satan got seed, or the serpent and the daughter got seed, he had to have some sons. Right? And I will establish his kingdom. And I will establish his kingdom. So YAHAWASHI, the Most High, was already establishing the throne of MASHAYACH YAHAWASHI, not this, no Solomon, because verse 12 said, he shall build me an house, and I will establish his throne forever. Forever. You see what I'm saying? And I will be his father, and he shall be my son. And I will not take my mercy away from him as I took it from him that was before thee. So what people don't understand, this is spiritual, going back and forth. You see what I'm saying? They don't understand. It's talking about MASHAYACH YAHAWASHI all in this. So now, I just want to show that right there, right quick. Read more. I want to have First Chronicles 28:5. Let me go there right quick. First Chronicles 28:5. First Chronicles 28:5. Still talking about David. Right? I'm gonna start before. Howbeit the Lord, this is First Chronicles 28:4. Howbeit Yahweh, the power of Israel, chose me before all the house of my father to be king over Israel forever. But you know he didn't live forever. But David and his lineage is only the kings, not Nathan. That's in Luke, the 3rd chapter. Okay? For he hath chosen Judah to be the ruler and the house of Judah, the house of my father, and among the sons of my father, he likened me to make me king over Israel. And of all my sons, for the Lord hath given me many sons, right? He hath chosen Solomon, my son, to sit upon the throne of the kingdom of the Lord over Israel. Okay? So he said, more, he said unto me, Solomon, thy son, he should build my house and my courts, for I have established him to be my son, and I will be his father. Moreover, I will establish his kingdom forever if he be constant to do my commandments and my judgments as this day. Okay? So we know that Solomon didn't keep his commandments, went off, his kingdom was split in half, and all these different things of that nature. Okay? So his kingdom did not last forever. Okay? And YAHAWASHI is the direct descendant of David. We cannot, nobody gonna argue that, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay? But they're gonna argue, was it Joseph or was it Mary? This is the problem. Okay? But it's talking about seed line here. Okay? So I just want to bring that up. All right, so let's get to Genesis 4 right quick. Let me go to Genesis 4:1. I'm almost finished. I know you're ready to go. Right? I will let you go all the way and say whatever you got to say so you can finish your complete thought.
Yep.
Right? Genesis 4:1-2. And Adam knew his wife. And she conceived and bare Cain. And said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. So you know what happened here. And she bare again his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of the sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. So we know that Cain killed Abel, who was jealous. He didn't offer the right offering to the Most High, which is fruits and vegetables. and Abel came up with the meat offerings, right? So now this guy saw that he killed his brother, right? So we go down to 25, right? It says, and Adam knew his wife again, had sex with her, and she bare a son and called his name Seth, right? And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son and called his name Seth. For the Most High said, she have appointed me another seed instead of Abel. So when you hear Genesis 3:15 talk about her seed, like she produced semen, as you brothers try to, try to use Genesis 3:15 to justify Mary, okay? Women don't have semen, bro, okay? So there's no need for you to jump to Genesis 3:15 to establish Mary, okay? Because she just said right here, and appointed me another seed, but it lets you know that she laid down with her husband, okay? First and foremost, a seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew, okay? And to Seth to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord, okay? Let me get Revelation 12. That's my last one right now.
Revelation what?
Revelation 12 and 16, okay? So this is the beginning, you know what I'm saying, of the prophecy, right? Because Genesis 3:15, we in Genesis 4.
Okay.
So Eve had who? Seth, which is the righteous line going all the way up to MASHAYACH. Okay? All right?
Yeah.
Let's just establish that. So now we know we can trace the lineage of Eve, right? Through Seth. But we can't find no lineage of Satan that you're saying in the garden, the serpent. We can't find that nowhere. You can't find it. So now, let's get Revelation 12.
How many more scriptures are you going to do?
Revelation 12 and 16. Revelation 12 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
God over here. Revelation 12 and 16. But I read you want me to read 15? Because you got the word serpent there. Serpent. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as flood after the woman. Okay? See, that same serpent, right, that we mentioned in the garden is being mentioned here. The same serpent. The word serpent, right? And the serpent, it ain't say Satan. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman. And he might cause her to be carried away of the flood, right? So we got brothers mentioned the floods is going into doctrine, because water is symbolism to spirituality. You know what I'm saying? YAHAWASHI told a woman at the well, if you drink this water, you should be thirsty. You always use water in terms of spirituality, right? And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth. So brothers go into archaeology and use this for archaeology. And swallow up the woman which the dragon cast out of his mouth. The dragon, the red dragon, right? And the dragon was wroth with the woman, angry with the woman. Remember in Genesis 3, right? It mentions that, and I will put enmity with the deep-seated or mutual hatred between thy seed and her seed. So here we go in the last book, from the beginning of the book, because the dragon, which we know is Esau, is the white man, right? Was wroth with the woman, right? And went to make war with the remnant of her seed. Look at that seed again. Her seed, whose seed? Eve's seed, right? Which keep the commandments of the Most High and the testimonies of the Maharawchaa.
Okay, are you done?
Brother, you can't do that.
Bro, you've been going forever.
I didn't rush you, bro.
Okay, bro, I didn't go this long. Let's go.
Hold on, brother. Okay,
right.
So I just established from Genesis to Revelation concerning her seed.
Great. So, bro, let me just ask you a question, bro. Just let me pause. Will you just pause for a second?
And I still got more questions.
Bro, are you gonna pause? Are you gonna pause for just a second?
Because I was gonna do a full class on this without
pause for just a second. Okay, great. So
you want to interrupt me and rushes violence me. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on,
bro. Listen, bro. So that was a great presentation. All right. And guess what, bro? I will take everything that you said and agree with it. And I'm still going to show you the following. Listen, I want you to listen and understand very clearly. All right.
Hold on, before you say anything, here goes Judah trying to teach on a lie. I just asked him, brother.
But I'm not. Listen, I can't see anything that Judah's talking. I can't see anything that Judah's saying. So whatever Judah's saying,
Judah, but he's so anxious.
All right. So listen, anything that Anything that Judah is saying, I cannot see.
I'm just messing with
Okay,
you.
so hear me out, bro. Hear me out. So let's take everything that you said, and even let's just say if I agree with it. All right, because you just got finished. Bro, would you let me finish? Because you just said, you know, okay, all right. So I'm trying. So you can't. All right, all right. I'm trying to ask the question so that you can at least respond educatedly. Right. So you just, if we go under your theory, all right, that all the things that you're saying, I should bruise thy head, and all those scriptures, all right. But everything that you said overall is sound. I'm not disagreeing with it, right? But there are key things that are missing. And this is where, again, those who don't understand or accept Genesis 6 only scratch the surface. So what you just said actually does make sense, but you still need to go deeper. So how do we need to go deeper? Go to Daniel chapter 2. All right, go to Daniel chapter 2, because you just got finished saying, hey, this is about Jacob and Esau and Jacob and all this other stuff, blah, 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 blah. And I'm agreeing, right? Right, so let's go to Daniel chapter 2. Because we know that this is talking about when we saw all, you know, the division of the image and all that other stuff and the different captivities, et cetera, right? So we are in agreement to that. So let's go to Daniel chapter 2. And I want to see, we're going to probably go to verse. Hold on for a second. Okay, we're going to go to the fourth kingdom. We're going to go to Daniel 2, verse 40. The fourth kingdom. We know this is Rome, right? Fourth kingdom. What is that? Rome, right? Is the fourth kingdom Rome? I can't hear you. Yes? I can't hear you. So we know the fourth kingdom. I think everybody would agree the fourth kingdom is Rome. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh into pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. And whereas thou saw the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be partly divided, but there shall be in it the strength of iron. For as much thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay, and as the toes of the feet were part iron and a part clay, so shall the kingdom be partly strong and partly broken. Whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, here's the key thing I want you to listen to. They shall mingle themselves with the seeds of men. They shall mingle themselves with the seeds of men. Who are the they that mingled themselves with the seeds of men? Because mankind is the seed of men. So who are the they that mingled themselves with the seeds of men during this Roman Empire? I can show you that they that mingled themselves with the seeds of men is the fallen angels that did that. So we're going to go back to what you were just showing in Revelation. Go to Revelation 12. Go to Revelation 12. We're going to start at verse 1, the woman and the dragon, because we know the woman that's being talked about. I can't hear you, but it's good that I can't, because I don't want you to interrupt me. We know the woman could be Eve, and also the woman is representative of Israel, right? And out of Eve came that righteous line that you talked about a little while ago, out of Seth, all right? And from that righteous line, Seth, came Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. YAHAWASHI is the king that is coming from that righteous seed. All right, so here we go. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head of 12 stars, that's representing the 12 tribes of Israel, and she being with child, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another woman wonder in heaven, a great red dragon, that's Esau, right? Having 7 heads and 10 horns. Those are the 7 heads and 10 horns of the Esau Edomite nation. All right, we can show that. I could easily prove that. And his tail drew a third part of the stars up from heaven. The third part of the stars, I've already established in my thesis that stars are angels, and it is known that a third part of the stars fell with Satan to earth, etc. It took a third part of the stars with him, all right, I'm sorry, and his tail drew a third part of the stars from heaven and did cast them on the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, Israel, which was ready to be delivered to devour the child as soon as it was born. We can go to the book of, was it when Herod was about to try to have HaMashiach YAHAWASHI killed, right? Herod, who was descendant of Antipater the Idumean. Antipater the Idumean is Rome, Esau. So here is the context right there. Before the child was getting born, right? And she brought forth a man-child, which we know is Christ, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. We see that in Revelation 1:28, all right? Et cetera, et cetera. Give me Psalms 2:8. Ask for me, I'll give you even for a Herod, et cetera, et cetera. And the woman fled into the wilderness where she had a place prepared by the Most High, and they should feed her for 3,002 and 60 days. So everything that you're saying, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I don't know if you muted or whatever, but everything that you're saying, I can even take on and agree with to a certain degree, but I'm still saying to you, all that you said doesn't necessarily contradict what I'm saying, except for the fact that you still have yet to answer and establish who are the sons of God in Genesis 6, who are the sons of God, bro, hear me out. Who are the sons of God in Genesis chapter 6? Who are the sons of God in Job 1 and 2 and Job 38? And why, if the sons of God are the descendants of Seth, as you're trying to say, then why would the Most High destroy the earth as a result of the sons of God, which would be a righteous seed line? Why would the Most High destroy the earth as a consequence of mankind doing what the Most High said to do, which was be fruitful and multiply? Additionally, you have still yet to answer why in Jude it says the angels which kept not their first estate but are bound in chains for the judgment, going after fornication and strange flesh. You still haven't answered that, and you still have yet to answer 2 Peter. So again, bro, what you just said, that's good scholarship. But what I've always said to people who don't and refuse to accept the Genesis 6 account, you can't see how the reason why the Most High had to place, literally, the virgin birth had to happen because of the corruption of flesh. All right. And that is why the fallen angels were coming down to earth and having sex. All right. Even Christ even said, as in the days of Noah, so shall it be when the Son of Man returns. Fallen angels are still on this earth. People are having sex with angels and don't know it. All right. That is why even that song by Katy Perry and Kanye West, Extraterrestrial, I challenge anyone to watch and listen to that song, E.T. by Katy Perry, and that is exactly what it is talking about. It starts out, Kanye West says, I got a dirty mind, I got filthy ways, and she goes, could I be an angel? Could I be a demon? And it's all about fallen angels and people having sex. And throughout that whole thing, you see angels and demons and Nephilim creatures throughout that whole video. The unfortunate truth is a lot of people who have a difficult time with accepting the account of Genesis 6. Yes, you might understand the scriptures to a certain degree, but you're never really going to understand the parable of the wheat and the tares. All right. You're never going to understand that, because when HaMashiach was saying, hey, these are they that were sown by the enemy, we have to let them grow up together. Why? Because you can't tell that there is a literally corrupt flesh here on the earth, descendants of the fallen that are here on the earth, that you can't tell that these are soulless creatures that are the literal seeds of the fallen angels. Additionally, we know that Antichrist is to come. Antichrist, the person who is going to be the one world leader, that the so-called synagogue of Satan, who's going to accept as Christ, he is going to be the literal descendant of Satan. He is going to be the literal seed of Satan that is found. And so that's what's going on. So, bro, all that you said, I'm not going to disagree with. except for the fact that you have still yet to account for why, if what you just said was true in your presentation, why, if the sons of God are the descendants of Seth, what would be the purpose of the Most High destroying the earth as a consequence of that? Why, if the Most High said, be fruitful and multiply, and the sons of God are had sex with these people, then why would giants be created from these things? The children of Israel throughout Deuteronomy and Numbers and throughout all the other things, even Joshua and them, they were seeing giants. They were afraid of them. They can compare themselves as grasshoppers in comparison to the giants. So if the sons of Seth, which you are even the descendant of Seth, are your children considered giants and Nephilim? No. So again, this is the things that when you guys have this doctrine, that you guys still refuse to answer who are these sons of God in Genesis chapter 6, in Job chapter 1 and 2, in Job chapter 38, and finally, why are angels bound in chains, being for judgment for going after strange flesh? We can see this strange flesh, and this, the amalgamation of this mixture of seed, once again, because Genesis 6 says, there were giants in the earth in those days and afterwards. When the sons of God saw the daughters of men, they came into them. So in those days and afterwards, even Christ said, as in the days of Noah, so shall it be. So as in the days of Noah back then, people were having sex with fallen angels, although you may not agree with it. So it's going to be in this day. And also, as we see in Daniel chapter 2, they shall mingle themselves with the seeds of men. Now, there are a lot of people who have this new doctrine that Esau is not the white man, Esau is the Arabs or whatever, and they discount the book of Jasher when it talks about how Esau became one with Chittim and Rome, et cetera, and they subdued the whole entire earth. So when Rome began to subdue the earth, that is when this whole situation of these fallen angels coming down, and that's how this fallen seed is on the earth. And that is also why you got to understand something. Shem, Ham, and Noah were black, all right? Shem, Ham, and Noah were black, right? Even scientists and archaeologists all agree and acknowledge that the initial Europeans were dark-skinned people. So if Shem, Ham, and Noah were black people, then why is it and how is it that we now have white flesh on the earth? All right, where did that come from? That came from the fallen angels, because everything about white skin, white people, and everything is contrary to the creation of the Most High. If the Most High created the sun, Most High God created the sun, right? And the sun is what we get vitamin D from. All right, it gives us plants experience photosynthesis, etc., from the sun, right? But there would be no life, or life would be out of balance without the sun. Well, white people are the only creature on the face of the earth that have to defend themselves from the Most High God's creation. That should help you see, wait, what about this creature has to defend itself from the sun? And if scientists all agree that the initial Europeans were black people, then where do we get this genetic mutation of white people? Why is it that their hair falls down to the earth, but our hair naturally grows up toward the Most High? Why is that, right? Why is it that we see the original the original Arabs as black people, but now we have these white Arabs? But you search throughout history, you see the original Arabs were black, the original Asians were black, the original everybody was black, but as Esau began to conquer the earth and subdue the earth and plant his demon seed in these other nations, there was the lightening of skin. And as a consequence, and what happened is that through these lightening of skin, they also created a caste system. I'm almost done, bro. In which, in this caste system, it was much more beneficial for people to continue marrying and having children by the descendants of these people, right? For safety and food and sustenance, etc. Because even right now, in China and stuff like that, and all these other countries, the light-skinned people are put to the forefront. The people, the melanated people, you don't see. They're always oppressed, or whatever. This is that thing that, once again, none of you guys can explain. And my position and my thesis and theory is that it's a consequence of Genesis 6 and the fallen angels. Bro, you did a great presentation, all right? Overall, I don't agree or disagree with what you're saying, but you haven't answered who are the sons of God in Genesis 6 and Job, et cetera, et cetera. And that's it in my response and my rebuttal. And that's it. What you got to say, Shalom. I appreciate you muting the mic. Go ahead.
Go on, man. Listen, brother. Sometimes you need some help. For thou wantest runners like grills. Okay. So now, I ain't gonna front, brother. That joint was long.
Not as long as yours, but continue.
And I was lost in the sauce, brother.
I understand because it was too logical for thou.
So that was all it says, brother. You know what I'm saying? I was over there, I thought I was watching Charlie Brown, brother, for a minute. Okay, so now I can go through the sons of God. That's easy work for me. You know what I'm saying?
I wish I had time, bro, but actually I do gotta go. So okay. Listen, bro, it's been great building with you. And listen, bro.
One question in the scripture. Here you go. Hebrews 1:1, it says, because you keep saying about the sons of God, right? The sons of God using Job, use these verses of scriptures. So here's the scripture. What can you say about this? Being made so much better than the angels.
Yes.
The term angels.
Yes.
As he had by inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they. For unto which of the angels said he at any time, thou art my son?
Did he ever say that to an angel? Because Christ is not an angel. So continue. So he said, unto which of the angels did he ever say, thou art my son? Meaning that, so and you're asking that question, thou art my son. When we see when Hamashiach, YAHAWASHI was baptized, he said, you heard a voice come from heaven saying, this is my son, who am I pleased? So there's the answer to your question. Right there. Okay, bro.
This is a reference of angels right here. For unto which of the angels, all the angels, even the sons that came down, Genesis 6, the angels that came down in Genesis 6, as thou sayest, as he had by inheritance obtained a more excellent, being made so much better than the angels that you say come down in Genesis 6, as he had by inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they, the angels. Yes. For which of these angels said he at any time, thou art my son? When did he call these angels his sons? Which angel that he called a son outside of Hamashiach YAHAWASHI? Can you show me a scripture where the Most High called any other angel his son?
Okay, so let me just answer your question, and I can't do it because I don't speak the Hebrew, and my great Hamite brethren with his flock of beautiful wives, Judah Moshe ben Israel, would be more than willing to answer that question because he and I were even having a discussion a couple days ago when you broke.
That's a joke.
It's just a joke between us. So he and I were even going over some of the scriptures in Hebrew, and when you see the sons of God, that it is a totally different son of God. And so, Brother Judah, well, I'm sure, would be more than willing to break that down. No, listen, bro. No, hear me out. So, bro, you asked me a question, bro. Listen, bro. I'm not dancing, so would you allow me to answer your question? All right. So, listen, you answer a question, and if I'm not giving you the answer you want to hear, you act like I'm dancing. Okay.
You already answered it. You said you answered it. I'm accept. That's your answer, brother.
Okay, go ahead.
What I'm not going to allow you to do is try to get somebody else to defend.
No, bro. Okay. Listen, bro, you're not listen, bro, because here's the thing. Bro, listen, hear me out, bro. Give me one.
I got muted down. No, because I didn't interrupt you, brother. Not one time did I interrupt you, man. See, I know how to keep my mouth closed, brother, because I need to listen what you're saying. Okay? You're not gonna get Judah on the line. Me and Judah live together, we bang all the time. Judah we're not doing that. Okay? We're not doing that. Okay? So you can just forget that, okay? You see what I'm saying? So now, that's what's happening to thou, okay? You see what I'm saying? So now, you told me to prove the sons of God, right? Because you ain't proved the seed of a serpent, or you ain't proved the seed of the serpent, and you ain't proved that the serpent is Satan. You didn't do none of that. So you trying to infuse that with Genesis 6, which you can't, okay? And now I could go directly to Genesis 6 and start from there. You see what I'm saying? The smash that, first of all. Okay?
Bro, just one second. I got to say one thing, bro, because I got to go.
New sandwiches. New sandwich with extra cheese. New sandwich with extra cheese, lots of mayo, everything. What happened?
I have to go, bro. Would you listen to me? Everybody is hearing you, and everybody is hearing me tell you, bro. Everybody is hearing me, and everybody has heard me tell you that I don't have a lot of time, and I have to go. So, bro, hear me out, bro. Listen, check it out. Listen, all I'm saying, bro, it's a real quick statement. I have to go now. Bro, would you listen? All I'm asking, and I hope that you're willing to do for the sake of the audience who has been good enough to sit and watch this presentation, is I hope that after I go, that you're finally going to answer, why are angels bound in chains for going after strange flesh? Why are we're dealing with 2 Peter 2 in Jude? Please, bro, I have to go because and listen, bro, I wasn't even expecting them getting in here. So I appreciate the time, and it's been great chopping it up, but I have things I need to do. So,
let me read this last verse right here, brother. Right. You know, Luke, the 3rd chapter goes down to the genealogy of MASHAYACH, YAHAWASHI, right? Luke 3, and it says here at 23, and YAHAWASHI began to be about 30 years of age, being, as was supposed, John brothers love, the
son of Joseph. This is Mary's lineage.
If I take out the parentheses, it's just son of Joseph. Anyway, which was the son of Heli.
Yes.
Yeah, I ain't gonna go through all that. But
this is Mary's lineage.
So, which was the son of Mathat, which was the son of Levi, which was the son of Melch. I'm not reading all this. Which was the son of John. I was going out the son. All these sons right here. All these sons, right? All these sons. All these children. Then the last verse says, I'm going to read the last two. 37, which was the son of Methuselah, which is the son of Enoch, the son of Jared, the son of Malili, which was the son of Canaan, or Canai, which is the son of Enos, which is the son of Set, right? Which was the son of Adam, which was the son of God.
Yes, okay. So what's your point?
So hold on. Adam is the son of God, right? Right? So would not his descendants be also the sons of God?
So once again, bro, you think that you've confounded me. So again, bro, although you guys can sit here, listen, although you think that you have in some way confounded me, you haven't, because once again, you have to then, if that is going to be your argument, that you're going to then have to show how and why it was a reason for the Most High God to destroy the earth. If the sons of God were doing what they were supposed to be doing, which was to be fruitful and multiply, and why, as a consequence of human beings doing what the Most High told them to do, this righteous seed line, why is it that the Most High destroyed the earth? And then also then, how are these sons of God there before Adam? That is why all I have to say is to you is the following.
It's one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent
sandwiches.
Gotta go. I love you, bro.
All right, man. Listen.
I award you no points. And God have mercy on your soul.
Listen, I was going to come here and do my own quick little class about this thing, you know what I'm saying, to edify how I see certain things in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? He see what he see, I see what I see. He jumped on a live, you know what I'm saying, because he was battling me back and forth. That's why I wanted to do it with him, because Judy, you saw the post, you know what I'm saying, you was going at somebody else. Y'all had a little conversation, you was out where he was going. But he was going back and forth with me all day long with things. You see what I'm saying? Going back and forth. So it was all good for him to come on the live. You know what I'm saying? I had a good time. You see what I'm saying? But for me to answer all his questions, I want him to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be answering all those questions. You see what I'm saying? I was just going to show me in the Bible where angels have sperm. Just because an angel could shape himself or shift change doesn't mean he changed with a man with a rod. You said because he came down and eat, he got a drink. You know, because you comparing him to us. Like an angel is not us. You know what I'm saying? An angel is not us. He's a celestial being. Okay, you talking about the angels got a spiritual rod down? They come down with a rod with some sperm and everything in it too, some fleshly worlds. What are you talking about? Then the man said that we laying down with angels. Brother, where you get that from, brother? We sleeping with angels now on the low. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, brother. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures tell you this. Let me see if I can get this one right here. And you're not gonna listen. Me and Judah done debated out here on all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I told the brother, I'm not gonna debate. None of my brothers out here live on no goddamn video. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Straight up. You know what I mean? We can do that all day right now. At the we call that the no-fly zone. Okay? You see what I'm saying? So I had a scripture up here. Where is that? It was Mark. See, when you try to pigeonhole a statement, he did not show that the serpent is Satan. Okay? The sons of God, it tells you even right here in Romans 8:14. And this is predestination when you read this whole thing here. Romans 8:14, you're talking about the sons of God in heaven, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff like that. It says, Romans 8:11, but if the spirit of him that raised MASHAYACH from the dead dwell in you, he that raised MASHAYACH from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies, by his spirit that dwelleth in you. So the angels don't have mortal bodies, right? You see what I'm saying? Therefore, brethren, we are debtors not to the flesh to live after the flesh. The angels don't come as in the flesh, blood, and no type of madness. Talking about the angels taking a shit now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're a whole different creation and being. They can do whatever. But if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if you through the spirit do mortify the deeds of your body, you shall live. For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. Right? So you also we are, and this word is for the children of Israel, first and foremost. As we established from the beginning, Adam, right? So we're not always children be called the son of God, right? And just because we're the sons of God doesn't make us without sin. Okay? So that explanation of why would the sons of God would die with the sons of men or the sons of wicked, because men was going off. That's just that. Like we've been going off since we came out the wilderness. We're still the sons of God. So when we came out the wilderness, we made a golden calf. Right? So many scriptures. Right. 15. For ye have received the spirit of ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption whereby ye cry, Abba, Father. Right. So why we call somebody a father? We ain't his children. Right. Matthew 6:9. Our Father, which art in heaven. Right. The Habanawa. Right. You know what I'm saying? So why we call somebody our father, but we're not his sons, daughters. The spirit of bondage again to you. I'm sorry, but the spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. That we are the children of God. No, it says we are the children of God. Okay? You see what I'm saying? No, we are the children of God. Okay? The Genesis, the 3rd chapter, okay, is a supersonic stretch. You see what I'm saying? And this is just what I understand. This is what I believe. You know what I'm saying? Whatever brothers believe, that's what they believe. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying, go by your narrative just because we cool. I'm not going to do that. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're saying that the Most High have no control of his angels, the Most High house is out of order, the angels rebel with the Christianity doctrine, and they said, the hell with you, Lord, we got the horny angels. The horny angels is up in heaven lusting after daughters of men. Are you goddamn serious, brother? The angels have feelings of sexuality after the Most High gave man that. Okay, so I don't know where you brothers get I could be like that. That's perverted to think the angels is up in heaven lusting after the daughters of men. You see what I'm saying? What about that? You know what I'm saying? So when they read the scripture, it says, if it came to pass, Genesis 61, it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and the daughters was born unto them, right? That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair. See, so you just gonna run with that and say, oh, that got to be the angels because you read the book of Enoch or whatever the case is. Whatever book you read, the sons of God. I'm gonna stick right here from Adam on up, sons of God. Here we go, 6 chapters over, that the sons of God, more people was multiplying on earth. So the daughters of men, that they were fair, they took them wives of all which they choose. Yeah.
This is after the fact that
After.
So this is after.
This is after.
So this won't come in your common sense, won't come in other common sense that's coming, but common sense will come in your head and say, after I've been introduced to the righteous seed Abel, and then Cain, Abel didn't have any children, but then came Seth. Seth had children, so you got righteous seed and a wicked seed.
Right.
So why wouldn't the righteous seed called the sons of God?
Right.
And the wicked seed called, the daughters of men. You know what I'm saying? Or the
Daughters of men, sons of the wicked.
Men, you know what I'm saying?
Because you got the sons of the wicked.
I just wanted to ask that.
Right. That's common sense. I think like, well, you got the sons of God, Cain is wicked as hell. So he'll be the sons of wicked, sons of men. At least sons of men are sons of wicked. Right? So it says that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair. They took them wives of all which they choose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, but that he is also flesh. Right? Yeah, his days shall be in 120 years, 20 years. There were giants in the earth in those days. So now it's establishing giants in the earth in those days. In those days. So this brother is 6'9". Would he not be called a giant to people? To a 4'11" person? 5'11" person? You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, Goliath was what, like 9 feet tall? No more than 10? So we got people right around this earth right now that's height. They have that height right now. So you are an angel, a child of the difference, brother. You see what I'm saying? So anybody that's over 6'9" or 7 feet tall is a damn a demigod or something, a Nephilim, right? They were giants of the earth in those days, and also after that, wind, and after that, and also in addition, after that. So the giants was already here, according to what the scripture is saying in the reading of the text. So you can't make these giants the children of the angels. So you say, but it said that, and there, it was talking about men multiplying the earth, it said, and there were giants in the earth in those days. Right, that's a complete statement of that. And also after that, when the sons of God, right, came in onto the daughters of men, right, and they bare children with them, the same became mighty men which were of old men of renown. How do you make that? How you, first of all, you try to infuse the giants with the Nephilims, but you can't do that because they was here before the angels lay down with the daughters of men. And he said that the daughters of men, the sons of God lay with the daughters of men, and they became mighty men. So you tell me, any man that's a mighty man, right? David had 37 mighty men. You know what I'm saying? Right? You see what I'm saying? So are they the children of the angels? You see what I'm saying? So anywhere, if I find anywhere in the scripture about mighty men, okay? So you to justify that you're saying that the angels laid down with these women and created the mighty men, because you cannot say the giants no more, because that's not proper English. It's not proper reading right there. You see what I'm saying? So how do you get this? You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what to say on this topic. Now I know what to say because I did a lesson on it. Okay? There were giants in the earth, and read again. There were giants in the earth in those days. Colon. Right? Complete statement. Stop. Oh. And in addition to that, also after that is the key. After that, when the sons of God, who you say is the angels, which I don't say that, okay, came in, what we say is the sons of Adam, came in onto the daughters of men, right? Right, which would be Cain and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Some people believe that there was no body but Adam and Eve. Some people believe that there was more people than just Adam and Eve, because they go and say, well, Cain got the curse and said, well, who deceived me shall slay me. Who was them? All right. So whatever the case is, that's still not going to supersede this part here. When the sons of God came in onto the daughters of men and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. So how is you trying to force on that statement, man? Just reading it with common sense in the scriptures, man, and going into Exodus 4:22. He said, let my children, like he said, what is it, Exodus 4:22? Let me get that right quick. Exodus 4:22. Yeah, get that right quick. Exodus 4:22. I mean, basic fundamentals, man. Like everything, brothers got to be so deep. Okay, 4:22, man. What the Most High said about the nation that was in bondage. Okay.
Thus says Yahawah, the Lord. Yasharallah is my son, even my firstborn.
So out of all the nations that the Most High created, Genesis the beginning, all the nations he made. In Exodus 4:22, he said, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. So right there established that Israel are the sons of God. And the daughters of Israel are the daughters of God. Why is it so hard to even get that right there? You see what I'm saying? It's all through the script. It's all through the script. You know what I'm saying? You talking about the angels, which is mess. When you look up the angels, it means, what does the word angel? Do you add angels in Genesis 6? Okay, and then the man add, okay? Right. Now we got angels, we got messengers, we got kings, right? Let's go to Genesis. Which one we gonna get? Let me see what we gonna get right here. Which one did we get? Malak, which is right there. King. Malak. So you got angel 111 times there. You have messenger 98 times. You have ambassadors 4 times. You got variant 1 time. Messenger, representative, messenger, angel, the let me look up that word. Theophanic angel. Let me look up that word, what that means. Then you got here from the strong definition, malak, from an unused root meaning dispatch as a deputy, a message specifically of God, an angel, also a prophet, priest, or teacher, ambassador, angel, king, messenger. You got all these different things here. Also, prophet, priest, teacher, ambassador, angel, king, messenger. It was not Adam and all of these guys, prophets and messengers and teachers. Was not Noah was considered a prophet. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, all of the chosen anointed men of the Most High. You see what I'm saying? Through the holy, righteous lineage of who? MASHAYACH YAHAWASHI. Okay. Okay. Let me
started in Greece.
Okay. So that's the definition from the Greek perspective, right? Pertaining to comparing to man as a god, as a power, or whatever the case. So that's just one definition. You see what I'm saying? So I understand that people want to get more information and stuff like that. But the initial question was this. The initial question was, do angels have sperm? Okay? That was the question. All the other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like people started switching the topic up, who was asking. You see what I'm saying? I want to, because if angels have sperm, and you use your Genesis 6, and Genesis 6 is substantiate angels having sperm and coming down, laying down with man, then why, when it comes to the virgin birth, if the Holy Spirit, which is a celestial being, a celestial entity, then Mary must have the sperm of the celestial being. That's my sarcasm. Like, okay, so if the angels came down, the horny angels rebelled from the Most High. Most High got no order. He can't control the angels now. Okay, Satan, everybody rebelled against him. Okay, and left him, and came down and got some quabah from the humans, the human women, right, with their spiritual rods, right, and had them mighty men on the earth. Then I say, well, what about the Holy Spirit, which is a celestial entity? right? Would not the Holy Spirit have a rod too? Just the other angels, messengers, and everything that came from the dimensions got rods that can lay with women. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm just trying to figure this one out here. You see what I'm saying? What's the difference, man? You see what I'm saying? I'm being sarcastic, but I'm dead ass serious. You see what I'm saying? I cannot see how you sit there and try to say that angels walking around here with damn human sperm in their loins, man. That's ridiculous. Right. We up there sleeping with angels and we don't know. We in the angel box. 1 Corinthians 15, man. The scripture says this, man. 1 Corinthians 15, man. Right? Right. You see some damn woman talking about an angel. Stop with this nigga crazy as hell. Yeah. Where's the holy children? You got baby's children talking about they got them sex with an angel. Get the hell out of here. Okay, oh, they demons. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. What are you talking about, man? The angels don't disobey the Most High, first of all. I don't know where you get that from. You see what I'm saying? What scripture says the angels disobey the Most High? Can you pull that one? 1 Corinthians 15, man. Going on. Okay? 1 Corinthians 15:39. It says, all flesh, matter of fact, let me start with 38. But the Most High giveth it a body as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body. Right? All flesh is not the same flesh. But there's one kind of flesh of men, and another flesh of beasts, and another of fishes, and another of birds. So here we got flesh of man, right? We have flesh of beast, we have flesh of fish, and the flesh of birds. So if we can mix, Daniel's 2 talking about mixing, okay? Like, what does that got to do with Genesis 3? It has nothing to do with Genesis 3. You mentioned it was the Roman Empire, okay, which America come out the Roman Empire, the white man mixing his seed, we mixing our seed amongst them, or whatever the case is. You know, Esau trying to hide who he is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the end of that prophecy, it was talking about YAHAWASHI's kingdom. So that's why I say it's not just the Roman Empire, it's the extension of the Roman Empire, which is America. After that empire, it was talking about YAHAWASHI's kingdom, okay? So that has nothing to do with that anyway. You're just trying to find elementary, you know, I'm going to find every word that says this word and make it fit to whatever I want to fit. You can't do that. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there's one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fish, and another of birds. So can we get some bird kuba? The flamingos, boy. Yo, you saw that giraffe? Yo, they got the big pretty eyes out, the eyelashes, brother.
But then we bring it along. We said you not go in this mankind.
So you can't do that? Oh, there's a law there, brother? So we can't get no beast. We can't get our beast on. We can't get no fish kuba. Where the hell is the fish kuba anyway?
It's the same thing when somebody so cheap, they cheap as the Lord, they got money to cheap.
Damn. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it's all fair. If the angels can come down against the kuba, it says there are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. So they're not the same. Terrestrial is earthly. Celestial is heavenly. Do we have to blue letter it to show us thou it? Okay, let me just blue letter this verse right here, just in case people act crazy out of their mind. Okay, because you ain't gonna say that the angels can rebel against the Most High, come down here, give them some earthly kuba, okay, and then a whole new species come out. A whole new species, got to be a demigod, okay? So where is the beast man kuba at? Because you got people sleeping with horses and dogs and everything. I ain't seen no dog man walking around nowhere. I ain't seen no dog man Anubis walking nowhere around. Okay, first and foremost, I see people be looking like some animals, but they ain't mixed with no damn animal. They say I'm the gorilla man, right? But my mom, you know what I'm saying? I hope my father ain't the gorilla man. I hope he ain't the gorilla King Kong for real. Guys going off, man. Straight up, man. Bargain. I ain't you down the block. Got something to talk about my heart. Like, come on, man. Right, before. English. Sheesh. This says existing in heaven. This is the word for the celestial right here. Right? Let me press the button right here. Epuranius. View entry. Heavenly, what pertains to or is in heaven, or pertaining to, not here, above, has meanings corresponding to some of the meanings of Koranos. Okay, so it says existing in heaven, things that take place in heaven, the heavenly region. It's heaven itself, the abode of the Most High, is God and angels. Right, the lower heavens of the stars. Right, so the stars are celestial. The guy went to Romans, the first chapter, and tried to say the stars are the angels. Listen, everything speaks in allegories and things of that nature, because it also said the candles were the 7 churches. So the candles actually a church? You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, stop it. The heavens of the clouds, the heavenly temple or sanctuary or heavenly origin or nature, right? So let's go to the terrestrial part. Right, so that's established terrestrial. Let's go here.
1919,
It is straight to the point. Existing upon the earth, earthly, terrestrial. That's it. Physically or morally, earthly. That's it. All right. So you're going to sit here and tell me, or try to tell the people, that Genesis 6, you got the horny angels up there, looking from up there down here, and saying, yeah, female beings the Father made is good. Look at it. You gonna go down, you wanna go down and get some? You wanna go get some? The hell you think what I was talking about, man? This shit don't make no sense, man. Straight up, man. You know what I mean? It don't make no sense, man. You know what I mean? Like this, some things you can be like, yo, come on, like, let's be real. Man. I know it sounds good, but come on. You know that, you know damn well that shit sounds stupid as hell, brother. You know that. You see what I'm saying? So let's go to Mark 12:25 right quick. Mark 12:25. Okay. And some things, man, like I don't, you know, you know what I'm saying? Mark 12:25. Okay, this is the scriptures brothers was bringing out. Right, 12:25. So we got in the resurrection. Let's go in the resurrection. Right, and 23. It says, in the resurrection, right? Therefore, when they shall rise, because we're talking about the 7 sons, right? Matter of fact, we go up here, starting with 18. Then came unto him, Mark 12:18. Then came unto him the Sadducees would say, there's no resurrection. They asked him, saying, Master, Moses wrote unto us, if a man's brother die and leave his wife behind him and leave no children, as his brother should take his wife and raise up seed onto his brother. Right? That's in Deuteronomy 25th chapter. Right? There's also an example in Genesis 38. The book of Ruth is talking about this. Now there were 7 brethren, and the first took a wife and dying had left no seed. Right? Left no seed, no child, no offspring. And the second took her and died, neither left he any seed. And the third likewise. And the 7th had her and left no seed. Last of all the women died also. So it said, in the resurrected, therefore, when they shall rise, whose wife shall she be of them? Right? So now all these people was dead. The scripture says when you die, right? Ecclesiastes 12, verse 10, the flesh go back to the dust and the spirit go back to the Father who gave it. So your spirit is not terrestrial, is it? Your spirit ain't terrestrial. You see what I'm saying? Your flesh then went to the earth and decomposed. Your spirit, celestial, went to the Most High. Let's just understand that. All of them back to the Most High, the man, the women, all of them, right? In the resurrection, therefore, when they shall arise, right, in a spiritual body, right, whose wife shall she be of them? For she had her to wife. For seven had her to wife. Yeah, I was trying to answer and said to them, do you not therefore err because ye know not the scriptures? These are the power of the Most High. But when they shall rise from the dead, they neither marry nor given in marriage, but are as the angels which are in heaven. That's it as a wrap. That's all I want to talk about. That's all I want to talk about. What do you mean? That's it for that. It's over for a while. Right. Part of the marriage, right? Who married you? Who married not getting no kubah? No mama thought. Okay. For when they shall rise from the dead, they neither marry nor given in marriage. Typical, that's it, marriage. But are as the angels which are in heaven. But this is the thing. To the angel, that's right, to the angels came down and got the kubah. But right here, YAHAWASHI talking, it said there's no kubah, warfare, sword swinging, none of that going down.
And I believe
Right, sisters? I mean, we got the sisters here. You see what I'm saying? That's what it says, brother. I mean, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is part of the marriage? Let me see. Let's go to that scripture right here in the blue letter. Let's see what they say over here. Hey, goodness, boy. The horny angels.
that's why I was waiting for the brother to bring out the point. But he just kept rambling. He got an energizer. Like, he kept going and going. But he didn't want you to bring out no scripture. He kept cutting you off. I was like, man, this is gonna put a scripture. Smash you up, man.
Right. It says to lead in marriage, take to wife, to get married, to give oneself in marriage, to give a daughter in marriage. What it says there? To wed of either sex. Well, let me show us loud. Let me share the screen with y'all. Peoples. Hold up. And where was that? Down on Lord's, where was that? No, I'm over here. Blue letter, right? Right. Strong definitions to wed of either sex. Sex. I'm with a man and woman. Right there. So right there, that's not going down in the heavens, brother. The angels not doing that. What makes you think the angels will come down from heaven and have sex with the human being? Like, what are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? That's all. Okay? So if we establish that concept and ideology is off, why do I have to now sit there and prove the sons of God, which is all through the Bible? You know what I'm saying? Israel is the sons and daughters of God. That's it. That's it, to be a justice, to be straight general. Everybody should know that. Israelites are the sons and daughters of God. That's it. Luke, the 3rd chapter, all the way down, shows you that Adam is called the son of God, and all the children is called the son of God. Just like the Israelites, right? The Israelites being based off who?
You just told you the scripture. Right here in this chat, still being contentious. That's not solidarity. That's not unified. That's not a positive addition to the Bible. That's a contentious spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's being like Pharisees, Sadducees, and everything. Right. That's crazy, man. You just walk the scripture out and show you how I said on my mouth. Angels don't have sex. And you still just posting up stuff in the sideline. Come on, Judah, man.
I mean, that's crystal clear.
Man. That's crystal clear, dog. Y'all hilarious, man. Y'all go with y'all doctrine. See, doctrine is a teacher. Doctrine is a teacher. YAHAWASHI taught us. That's what you just read what YAHAWASHI said. You're going with your doctrine. Men who taught you this trash, this garbage. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we're trying to show. We're not saying what we think, what we feel. We're showing you what the scriptures say. You still like posting up on the sideline. This, that. Come on, bro. That's contentious spirit, man. That's just what Robert is going out here.
And they're going to run with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the same doctrine that was in the Christian church. The angel rebelled from the Most High. What scripture says the angel rebelled against the Most High? Can you post a scripture? You know what I'm saying? Like, where it says the angels don't listen to the Most High? There's no scripture that says the angels don't listen to the Father. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this scripture right here. Let me go to Psalms right quick. Let's see if I can do this. Listen, everybody want to, listen, I'm reading the scriptures. Crystal clear, sound doctrine. Not trying to make, and it makes sense. It makes sense. People just want to put you on a damn fairy tale trip. You see what I'm saying? Take you to another stratosphere. Well, I'm not going on that ride. I'm not going on that ride, man. We're not talking about demigods. Okay? You see what I'm saying? We're not talking about Greek mythology and Roman goddesses, gods, angels is rebelling against the Most High, sleeping and creating a new species on the planet Earth. Man, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I think it's 7. I think it's 7. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Judah, we here, you know what I'm saying? We can do it right here at the crib. We can do it right here at the HQ. I mean, right over here, whatever. But come on, man. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I believe that this is easy. Okay, let me see what this thing is. There's it right here. Let me see if I can find that scripture right here. So, I mean, find it right quick. You know the scripture that talks about, oh, you're back. Terrance is back. He's back, man. He must have finished doing his run. Okay. So there's a scripture that the Most High say even charges. Oh, let me get right here. Find it right. You want to say something, Mark?
I know you don't, but the thing is, I've read all the stuff, pictures, most of it, and from this standpoint is they still stumbling over that because they tell you special pictures. The brother just posted something about the phone. If you read the book of Adam and Eve, the apostles of Abraham, it says specifically when they fell from the first state, they didn't bow down to Adam. Because Hashatan was the first one who didn't want to bow down to Adam. And then the other angels that followed behind, the third of the seventh heaven, who didn't want to wanted to follow behind Hashatan, they said, we're not bound down to Adam either. That's how they felt from the first state. I just did this with some brothers up with YAHAWAH, and they agree with the same thing, even though they still in the same spirit of, the angels slept with men. But I'm like, Jude tells you specifically they fell from their first estate because they didn't bow down to Adam, if you read this with a picture. So y'all is being contentious for no reason.
So we got a brother that reads those books, and from his perspective, from that perspective,
I'm not
from the book, from that perspective, he's saying that's still wrong, even over there. So now what?
You can't disagree because y'all read it, y'all know it. I bring it all the time. It says that they didn't want to bow down to Adam. Satan specifically said, why would I bow down to something created after me? Come on, man. I'm talking about when I read these books, even though they might not be part of canon to some people. I've read them just because the Spirit told me to read them. Y'all still going against that. Y'all just being contentious.
Wow. I mean, some things you just gotta be like, that should make straight sense. Something just, in your spirit, you be like, that shit is off. You know what I'm saying? I can just hear you from the jump and be like, that shit is off. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got this some type of common sense, wisdom, you be like, that shit sounds stupid as hell, bro. Oh, it was Job. That's why I was tripping. I was reading Job, right? Job 4:7, right? I think it's over here. I'm about to end it though. I think we proved the point, right, sisters? Y'all don't believe that angels have semen. Okay, I mean, the scripture even charges angels with folly, but they don't go against the Most High. So shall a mortal man be more just than the Most High? A lot of brothers will be more just than the Most High. Most High made all. He said, this celestial, this terrestrial, these flesh of animals, flesh of birds, flesh of fish. You see what I'm saying? They're all different, right? You know what I'm saying? YAHAWASHI is the word. He's the word. He's from the beginning. He's Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and end. That's the word. He is the word. They don't have sex. You just read it. That's it. That's it. YAHAWASHI said it. So if anybody trying to go over that, so a mortal man be more just than the Most High? Shall a man be more pure than his maker who made you? YAHAWASHI made his body. He's, shall a mortal man be more just than the Most High, MASHAYACH? Shall a man be more pure than his maker? Who made you? Hebrews 1:1. YAHAWASHI. He made all things, right? Right? Behold, he put no trust in his service than us, right? You see what I'm saying? Because man is fallible. And his angels he charged with folly. Folly, you know what I'm saying? But that don't say they disobey him. He's so perfect that nothing is nowhere near compared to his existence. You know what I'm saying? It ain't none of us is an angel. The brother also talking about he tried to compare I think Peter's with Sodom and Gomorrah about they want to have sex with the angels. They didn't know that those men was angels. You just quoted Hebrews say you may entertain angels unaware. So why are you even trying to bring those two together like, you know, like they knew they was angels and this, that, and the third, like you're trying to justify an angel doctrine of having sex with man and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Sodom and Gomorrah was men and women, earthly beings. That's all it was. The same thing you're trying to relate to, you know what I'm saying? It's still fleshly terrestrial beings. Everything on this earth is terrestrial, man. You see what I'm saying? In the physical form. Okay? So the angels do not rebel against the Most High. Now, I'm going to do a separate class on that. Do the angels rebel and do what they want to do? Okay? So I just want to go over this lesson right quick. You see what I'm saying? I want to shout out to Asarel for getting on the class. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't expect him to do that. I was just about to do my little class. It would have been done. The brother jumped on and me and him was going through the thing the other day. So it was all good. I mess with him. You know what I'm saying? He holler at me all the time and all that. He gets on me, give me my inbox, bothering me. You know what I'm saying? That's my man. You see what I'm saying? No matter what brothers, you know, different understandings, we still brothers. You know what I'm saying? All right, that's just what it is. So, you know, Sons of God, I have a lesson. I can post it, but we already established that. That's easy work. That's easy. Yeah. The brother is edified for God spared not the angels that sin. He just went over that if you heard him. You know what I'm saying? From that perspective, you know what I'm saying? From the through the 50th book. For cast them down to hell and deliver them into chains of darkness to be observed to judgment, spared not the old world, and spared not the old world, but save no the 8th person. Right? You see what I'm saying? A preacher of righteousness bringeth in the flood upon the world of ungodly. 2 Peter 2:4-5. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, he brought it from that perspective. You see what I'm saying? The sons of God was there pre-flood, right? So the Most High only saved 8 people. So that means that even the sons of God was wicked. Okay, what you mean? Why was they wicked? Because you trying to say it was because of the angels, that the angels lay with man. So the laws wasn't there. Did not the Most High gave Adam the commandments when you read 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter? What do you mean? The commandments was there from the beginning. What you talking about? Yeah, get it out, bring it out. What you mean? It was laws, statutes, commandments. You know what I'm saying? What you talking about? Yeah, if it's 2 or 7. Even Matthew 24 talking about they as in the days of Noah, right? It says as in the days of Noah. Let me get that right quick. If you can get the one over there. They was given the commandments. They had the commandments. Come on, man. How did Abel knew to give up a meat offering? Because he had the commandments. Facts. Okay. You go to 2nd Ezra. Find that real quick. All right. But when it's breaking down, Adam was given the commandments. Judah, give me that scripture. You always quick on the jaw, brother. Give me that scripture, man. We got some classes to do too, brother. Judah the shooter. Okay. Where's that? Judah the shooter. Let me see if Judah's gonna give me the scripture. You gonna give me the scripture, Judah? You gonna help your brother out? I'll find it. If you can read the Matthew 24, I'll go find it. Yeah, Matthew 24, 37, 39.
Matthew.
Give me the one 2nd Ezra about Adam giving the commandments.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 27. But as the days of Noah, word, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Whereas in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark.
So the same thing we doing, the scripture said there's no what? New thing on the earth. Okay? So they was eating, drinking, marrying, giving into marriage, right? They were doing all this agreement marriage. They was having sex. They were having children. People was getting arguments. Okay? People was committing adultery, right? People was lying. People was stealing. Right? Even the movie The Green Pastures go into that. If you watch the old movie about the Most High, I mean, about, it's a movie called The Green Pastures, it showed how, they gave a good, you ever saw The Green Pastures? Anybody saw The Green Pastures? Oh, look up The Green Pastures on YouTube. It's created in the mid 1930s. Okay, a black movie about the scripts. You see what I'm saying? They was going all into the flood. I mean, before the flood, right? So I'm gonna find the Judah. You passed that. Put that scripture up there. Let me get it right. I'm sure. Let me get it right. I'll get it. Give me a second. It may be yeah, I think it's 7. I just ain't looking at it right now. I'm looking for But Judah, did Judah post it yet? Because Judah, you sharp, brother. My memory ain't sharp like it used to be, brother. My memory's off the hook one time, boy. I can find all the scriptures. Right, second Ezra 3. Second Ezra 3. 3.
7 and 11 was weird.
All right, you bring that one.
Which one you want to bring out first?
The one you got.
3 before 11.
Yeah.
3 before 7.
Let me see your 7. That's 47.
Yeah, you did quote 7. You're right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, Book of 2 Ezra, chapter 7, verse 10. And I said, it is so, Yahweh, the Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Yasharalah's Israel's portion, because for their sakes I made the world. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done.
Right, so that's show you right there that he was given the commandments. That's one right there. You see that? So the commandments have always been here, man. And commandments have always been here. All right. So let me go to 2 Ezra 3. Go here. First Ezra 3. Yeah, go to 3. 3 and 5. 3 and 4. All right. 2 Ezra 3 and 4. That's what I want. I don't know why I always be forgetting 3. I understand. Somebody crying? 2 Ezra 3 and 4. All right. And we're gonna die out. We're gonna get up, stop this, and we're gonna parlay and chill. We're gonna have our quarantine gather. We got a sister from out of town, okay, to come visit us, the house of Maharawchaa, all praise and glory. You know what I'm saying? It says, 2 Ezra 3 and 4. It says, O Lord, who bears rule, thou spokest at the beginning, when thou didst plant the earth, and that thyself alone, and commandest the people. It gave us a body unto Adam. So that's very interesting there. But anyway, without soul, which was the workmanship of thy hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, he was made living before thee. And thou leddest him into paradise with thy right hand. So you led him into paradise with thy right hand, and planted before ever the earth came forth. And unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, which he transgressed. Right? So he was given commandments. And immediately thou appointest death in him and in his generations, and of him, which is every man is appointed to what? Die. Of whom came nations, tribes, people, and kindreds out of number, and every people walked after their own will and did wonderful things before thee, and despised thy commandments. And again, in process of time, thou broughtest the flood upon those that dwelt in the world and destroyed them. Okay? And it came to pass in every of them that as death was to Adam, so was the flood to these. So they ain't said a damn thing about no angels coming from nowhere doing a damn thing, and that's the reason why the Most High destroyed the earth. Okay, nevertheless, one of them, verse 11, 2 Ezra 3 and 11, nevertheless, one of them thou leftest, namely Noah, with his household, of whom came all righteous men, right? From Noah with his household, of whom came all righteous men through who? Through Noah, Shem, right? Shem, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, right? The scripture tell you in Isaiah, I think it's 12 and 24, that Israel is the righteous nation. Regardless of what you feel, the Most High tell you that Israel is the righteous nation. Point blank. Okay, right? So it says, right? And it happened that when they dwell upon the earth began to multiply. And it happened that when they that dwell upon the earth began to multiply and had gotten them many children and were a great people, they began again to be more ungodly than the first. Okay, so how do you be ungodly? By breaking the commandments. That's how you become ungodly. You see what I'm saying? So when the brother asked him, why was they destroyed the flood? Because they broke the Most High commandments. They got a damn thing to do with no horny angels coming down to the earth and trying to get some damn quabah. Okay? And that's just that. All right? So that's it. What else am I talking about? Nothing else. Okay? So all praise go to the Most High, MASHAYACH. YAHAWASHI. Anybody want to do a class concerning the topic? Please do it. Let me scrutinize thou and see what thou presents. Everybody can scrutinize when they sit on the sideline watching. All right? So all praise goes to the Most High. Yes, commandments have been here before Moses, but example, Joseph knew not. All praise goes to the Most High. Judah the shooter. All right, we up out of here, man. Y'all be good. All praise goes to the Most High.
Where were you? Where were you?
Yeah, where was you Sunday?
Where were you?
Where were you? He popped up here.
We don't want here. Yeah, you
Pop up on here.
You can text how
He pop up on here.
But you wasn't doing nothing with us on Sunday.
Right. Facebook alike. Facebook alike.
Shame on
He
you.
was on Facebook Sunday.
Shame on you.
Sorry,
I know you though. I do know you, but shame on you.
And Judah is a super scrap.
Man, listen. 24 at the time, we said, I'm gonna get you sucker.
Yeah, right.
We had them jokes on them. Soon as go to comment. I can't go home. I'm like, damn, dog. You should have been out there Sunday.
He's going off. He's going off, man. I'm like, when I woke up late, bro. We turned up every night, bro. What you mean? He was out there. I got up there like 3:30, like almost 4 o'clock, man. You know what I'm saying? We had a good time for them little few hours, man. 4 hours we had. You see what I'm saying? You should have been there, brother. Okay? Get out of here. Nobody answering your question. Come over here to the house. Shalom, Texalite.